Well, for what I do, obviously if you're starting a business, I think you need to look to a lawyer to help you get formed correctly, and but my co-speaker, Farrah Barker, addressed a lot of that. Where I come into play is when you have a company that's going from the baby stage to the toddler stage, and you're thinking about hiring somebody and bringing somebody in. And what I told the group that I spoke to, and what I tell clients consistently, is you need to think about having the answers to the questions before those questions arise. And what I mean by that is when you're looking at issues that could arise for your company, you need to see a lawyer at that point in time, and potentially get the advice that you need to avoid the problems down the road. So I tell people, it doesn't cost a whole lot of money to give me a call and talk to me on the phone for 20 minutes before you have a problem. If you've been sued, you're going to spend a lot of money. And I'd rather talk to you up front than be the guy that you don't want to see on the back end. So my advice is, when you're at the stage that you think your business is growing and you're going to have issues with employees, you need to get your answers up front so you know how to address them appropriately. Well, there's a few critical numbers under a number of different laws. 15 to 20 employees is where a lot of the employment discrimination laws kick in. For wage and hour, though, you could be as few as just a couple of people, so long as you're doing a certain amount of business or you're doing business across the state lines. So the answer is, really, it doesn't matter the amount of employees. It matters the amount of business that you're doing, and whether what your growth expectations are. When you have employees that are going to be critical pieces of the business, you need to be thinking about how to structure that right. If you're hiring somebody to do go for work, that's one thing. If you're hiring somebody who's going to be a key employee that you have to trust, you need to be thinking about, what do I do to protect myself, and what do I do to make sure that they're protected, they know that I have an obligation to them that they're protected with, so that they trust me, and I know that I've got things in place so that I can trust them.